Okay, so now I've hit the button. All right.
It's so terrible. It's like, well, actually, I'm not racist. I got a friend who is of this particular race, and I'm like, well, I would hate to be your friend.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's always a good sign of what a good friend you are when you use your friends as ammunition in an argument,
It's
or
great.
as literal human shields from any kind of criticism.
So, hello everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast. If you've come here looking for the Distractable podcast, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, you got distracted. It's shame it's how that works, though. Happens. Yeah, that's the response that deserved. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chest infections suck. Just want to mention that. That's not
They
fun.
do.
That's not a fun time. Yeah. Makes you
I
feel
mean-
like shit and not really want to do anything and just feel like crap the whole time until it goes away.
It'd be worse.
It could be raining.
You
I'm
could
okay with
have
rain.
like an ass infection or something. Could be worse.
I mean, I'm in my. Oh god, I'm actually going to say it for the first time. I'm in my mid-30s, so that's not entirely off the table. Yep, that is a thing I've said now. Mid-30s.
It has been spoken aloud.
Right on that line. From early to mid. It's there. It's happened. Okay, now that that's sunk in for me as a personal thing that is going to keep me awake tonight. How you guys doing? Patient, how you doing? We very rarely start
Well,
with
I
this, so-
saw film Red last night.
Oh yeah, the One Piece thing with the
Oh, very
Todoroki
nice.
hair girl.
Music from that movie is so good. It makes me want to see the movie.
The movie was excellent, I will say that. It had its ups and downs, and its ending was something. But it was spectacular, and yeah, we are definitely going to be including it in the Spites, and we already have a solid plan in mind. Took Zom about half an hour maybe to come up with it by the time we were out of the theater.
Not surprised.
Yeah, he's good at this. But yeah, it was an excellent experience and an excellent film. All around. Very, very, very suitable to be on the big screen, I'll put it that way.
Awesome.
Not going to be spoiling anything, of course.
Yeah, I considered
Yeah,
asking, but I decided against it. It's
Because Film Red is dealing with Shanks's daughter, yeah?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
they
has me really
weren't shy
interested.
about that, so yeah, we can just say that that's a thing.
Because I'm really interested. I always like Shanks, so getting to see like his family and everything is just really enticing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
do Lucky Roo and Ben Beckman also have kids that they kind of sort of abandoned? Because
I don't know.
it's almost starting to become a theme for their crew. Which
I
is
mean,
unfortunate.
twice is just a coincidence. Twice is a coincidence. Three
that's-
times is where we have to start getting worried.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Although,
asking. Like, hey,
Although if it weren't for revelations in latest chapters, I wouldn't have been surprised if we found out that there was a connection between Lucky Roo and Jewelry Bonnie.
You know what I think about it?
I s-
Rockstar has probably left a lot of kids behind.
uh,
I mean, in fairness, that's kind
I
of
mean,
his thing was that he was like, "Hey, I'm a big deal. I'm super cool. Hey, everyone, get on my dick," and you know, aged out of it. So he's probably got some kids left behind. Does that count?
I
Psychic
would say that.
damage.
is he breaking up for an?
Nope. That's just
You're
you
the one
because you're
breaking
breaking
up.
up too. Gonna type that out.
The power of internet.
There we go. So yeah.
Darn it. Sorry.
There we
And
go.
I'm using the good microphone too.
I don't think it's the microphone. It's the just connection speed.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Ooh.
most interesting things that I to just but anyway. So
Okay. I think that was the most interesting thing I've done this week. Is what I think that was what you were saying. So yeah. We will come back to you if the connection stabilizes and see if we can get you and stuff. Yeah. Sisa, how's it going?
Pretty good, honestly. Things at work are going nicely. I'm trying. A friend let me borrow an Xbox One, so I've been playing a lot of Xbox games. That's nice. Recore is surprisingly like Horizon. I found.
I vaguely remember it's like a desert setting type thing where it's someone who is a mechanic and they're searching for scrap or something.
Yeah, kind of. Humanity is fucked, or rather, the Earth is fucked, and so humanity sends off a bunch of people towards potential planets, and their job is to terraform it. Then the Ark ship that follows them will essentially stay in suspended animation until the planet is habitable. So your job is to start the terraforming process. But you wake up about 200 years too late, and things are going wrong. So you pretty much have to explore this ruined planet and put together the pieces of why things went wrong, which is very similar to Horizon. It's just not Earth.
Yeah, it's not Earth, and it's explicitly someone who knows the deal in broad terms.
Yeah, she's not a post-apocalyptic caveman, basically.
Yeah.
Which, good and bad. I enjoy the fact that the game is not 100% jumping puzzle. That's nice. I'm not really a fan of platformers, and that's what kills Horizon for me. It's a little. I think it's a launch title or close to it, though. So like you can feel the jank, but it's pretty fun. Also played a little bit of Kakarot, the DBZ RPG.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. It's kind of clunky.
Yeah, the flying is bad. Also, controls in combat are kind of anime fighter, which I was not expecting. It's not bad. It's not as bad as the My Hero Academia game. One's Own Justice, I think.
One Justice, yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I enjoyed my time with Kakarot. It just the battle system just kind of you get tired of it.
It is vaguely Xenoverse-y, which, oof.
Yeah,
That's not a comparison you want to make, really. The most grindy, boring ass version of Dragon Ball Z fighting games. But they did some interesting lore stuff with it, just like a lot of cameos and like following up on things from original Dragon Ball, which these games never do.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised to see Android 8,
Yeah,
who is from Dragon Ball.
Ader.
Is that his name?
Yeah, they call him Ater. Yes,
Oh, I heard Peter.
Ader. I'm saying it in American so you can understand. Ader.
Ah, I see. Fair enough. Yeah, it's you pretty much just find one combo that works and mash that.
Yeah, that is the same as Xenoverse, top to bottom.
Yep. Oh look, you mean the ground slam attack basically stuns enemies forever? I'm just gonna use that forever.
Yeah. What was it in Xenoverse? Punch, punch, punch. Launcher, chase, punch, punch, punch. Launcher, chase, punch, punch, punch. Do it until you win. Something like that.
So just make an infinite combo.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It worked on everything except super armor.
That is the issue I've been running into when I actually fight like hero story characters. It's just a battle of super armor. There's no like skill involved in it. It's just who can iframes who through the other's attacks first.
Yeah, it's not really something that like there's so much battling as well in that game.
There is a lot of grinding you can do, yes.
So much grinding, and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna go play something else.
At the same time, they make the grinding much more convenient than things like Xenoverse. Like, hey, get into a fight. Okay, you're in a fight now. You won? Cool. Go on, keep doing whatever you're doing. Like, it's all in the same arena. It doesn't do load times. It's just in a fight, out of a fight. That
is
was
very
okay.
fast.
Yeah.
I just wish and the random enemies on the map were worth a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
It's like fighting a bunch of people on the map was worth 50 experience, and then you go to the story fight, and it's like 1,000. It's like, okay, what was even the point? They really don't want you to power level too hard.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of the usual problem where completionists are powerful enough to kill God by, the mid game.
I want that. That's what I grind for.
Yeah.
I want to punch God in the face 2 hours in.
Now I want to play Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. Has anybody done anything like that game since? Like where you
Chrono Trigger?
I guess kind of Breath of the Wild, where you can fight the final boss super early. And like, yeah, if you got the levels, you can do it.
I want to say yes, but it's not immediately springing to mind.
I'm sure there have been.
Probably.
Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, you absolutely can do that.
Yeah, you can beat the final boss in the prologue. Well, not the final boss, but it effectively ends the game if you win that fight.
That's hilarious.
I think you like automatically unlock the hardest mode or something like that, or one of the harder modes.
It acts like you beat the game. So if you beat the hardest boss on normal in the prologue, you're probably good enough that you should probably be playing on hard instead. So yeah, okay, go for it.
Entirely fair.
I would say so. So yeah, let's see. Aside from that, I know I've seen. I started watching Wheel of Time with my housemates, and boy, is it bad.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't a good one. Amazon doing their thing.
It's just, why is everyone so whiny? It's mostly just Rand, but still.
I don't know anything about Wheel of Time. The books or the adaptation. It's not. It has been recommended to me. I never felt compelled to seek it out. The adaptation is probably not going to help. So, like, man, a good adaptation can absolutely get someone to just, hey, I want to see the original, and I want to be past where the adaptation is because I want to know what happens already. That's literally what happened with Game of Thrones, and it's unfortunate that other things are not getting the same treatment. Mostly because of Amazon.
Those books still haven't come out.
Which ones? The Song of Ice and Fire?
Game of Thrones ones, the end of...
Winds of Winter is apparently 1,500 words long so far. 1,500 pages, sorry.
1,500 words would be
That's a short book, yeah.
He's
been busy.
Out one word a day.
Yeah, I mean, Elden Ring, man, it was it was a project. Well, it wasn't a project. He finished his part like almost immediately, but
here you guys go. Here's the cliff notes, and they're like,
he gave them a page that said "Finger Maiden" and then walked away.
And they're just like, what if we?
Just a dry finger butthole.
The first.
All right, okay. So we hired George R.R. Martin to help us flesh out our world for this, Western fantasy because that's kind of his jam, and he memed us. So what the fuck do we do with this? Yep.
Incredible.
But yeah, that sixth book is gonna come out eventually. The seventh one, ugh.
And we'll see about that. I hope he starts making cliff notes.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't really need to because he probably already has because he has known for a long time how the story's going to go. Guess what? It's more or less how the show went, only the show took a bunch of shortcuts that ruined how that actually went. Like the very important character that they cut out of the show that would actually explain why Daenerys went batshit crazy. Yeah. So that whole thing is already kind of set out. He could probably... It's entirely possible someone else could write that final book if he can't. The pieces are there. It's just linking them up.
Well, for the sake of the people who actually like that series, I do hope it's good.
One can hope. Man, he got such a fucking layup thanks to the end of that show. Like, no matter what he puts down on the page, there's always the possibility of saying, at least it's not the show.
There is that.
He could probably have the last page just say screw Flanders 17 times. And it'd still...
Yeah, so I think that's it for me. So
okay. That is still my favorite go-to. I couldn't think of any more words to write. It's still my favorite joke for that. Simpsons nailed it in the 90s. How's it going, Zero? How you doing?
Well, the other day I went and I decided to see the totally 100% accurate, true to life biopic film, Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Is that out?
It is out on Roku, which is a free service. If you cannot watch it,
Um, back
yeah.
off the mic a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't even think I was that close.
Sorry.
If you want to watch it, it's on Roku. If you cannot access Roku, let me find the freaking tweet that Weird Al posted on for people who wanted to watch it, but for some reason or another could not. And he said Roku's working on it. In the meantime, there's a VPN, very probably no way to watch it legally. I'm sure you have a torrent of other questions, but I have to move along. Sorry. Yeah.
Man just wants everyone to watch it. Like, he doesn't really care how. He's got his paycheck. He's fine.
So yes, it is. It is a movie that exists, and it is about the rise of Weird Al Yankovic being, well, not the greatest, but probably like really good in a very specific niche of music.
That's fair.
He's going to replace the words of other songs with his words. And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
They have Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al.
That dude's career is fucking
Wild.
And they got a lot of comedians in on this. And the entire thing is treated like for most of the time it's treated completely seriously. But like it's Weird Al. And it's a riot. There's even a romantic subplot with gosh, what was her name? Let me see if I can find it. Because it's been a couple days since I saw it, so it was it was with Madonna. I was right on that. There's a romantic subplot with Madonna where Madonna wants him to really write a parody to her song Like a Virgin, and it's just nonsensical. But
I mean,
if you
he did do that though.
yeah, he did. But if because there's been a real rise in like biopics where it's like Elvis and then like one all about, you know, Queen and everything, where there's these ultra serious movies which like this person really super artistic and they changed everything, and then you have that same treatment but it's Weird Al. And his father works at the factory. What's the factory? What do they do at the factory? You'll know when you're older, boy. I don't even know what you do there, Dad. You should come work at the factory instead of doing all that weird devil music.
What do I do at the factory? I factor.
What do you even make? It's great. Big recommend for that one. I also, I mean, I won't go into something, but I did having a bit of a hard time, I guess. You know, just relationship stuff. You know.
Rough.
And it's been putting me in a pretty big funk. So, I mean, the rest of my week is pretty much burned because of that just kind of consuming my brain.
It'll do that. It's not great.
Yeah. So, I guess. I mean, excited for new things that are coming out. I mean, Sonic Frontiers is coming out in like 2 days after recording this, which
Yeah, that.
actually looks good.
Yeah, it's weird. It. I feel like the marketing for it has been so wonky because it looks like it could be good, but the way they're showing it looks like the worst possible way they could show it.
Everybody that has laid their hands on it has come away saying that it's just fantastic. Like not a single negative word from people that like. I mean, there's some negative stuff, but like it's just overwhelmingly positive, which is weird for a Sonic game in the modern era. But they also released like a 6 minute prologue animation of like a Knuckles story that I really liked because it had actually really good, character writing behind it. And it felt like a return to some of the things I really liked in Adventure.
There was a joke that is so incredibly tired that it was trying to force its way out of my throat, and I just like at the last second I was like, I can't do this. I have too much dignity to make this joke. But Knuckles, he's a cool guy. Yep.
Rougher than the rest of them.
See, you went from the joke I was going to make, and you went like a couple lyrics later, and I'm proud of you for that. You went for the non-obvious joke, which is the one I was going to go for.
But yeah, there's really cool stuff you can do in that game. There's upgrade trees that like increase your increase and even settings that you can do to change how you want the game to play and how to control. Like the bounce option, which allows you to make momentum as wonky as you want, which super nice. Just very excited for that. And then the new Pokemon game comes out in a couple weeks,
Pokemon.
which they showed off a new Pokemon that is like
Yeah.
a mimic. It's a treasure chest sort of thing. It likes coins. Looks a little bit like a Hollow Knight character. Grimagool, I think it's called. Or Gimmighoul.
Gimme ghoul. Like, gimme.
Yeah. Was kind of leaked through Pokemon Go, but hey, what you gonna do?
I mean, honestly, I kind of wish they just went full Dark Souls on it and just made it a Dark Souls mimic.
With the legs?
Yeah,
That'd be hilarious.
like it doesn't have to have the gigantic, horrifying teeth, but just make it a super lanky dude with a chest head.
I mean, they did
It's
that
a
in
ghost
Kid
type.
Icarus.
It's a ghost type, so they could do that. Make it a little creepy.
Kid Icarus had the weird mimics just like Dark Souls.
Yeah, but nobody gives a shit about Kid Icarus.
That's a shame.
Stop pretending anyone gives a shit about Kid Icarus. No one does.
There's actually quite a good amount of people who wish
there
that Kid Icarus Uprising could have been actually, not on a DS and could be ported somewhere else, but what you gonna do?
That's adorable.
Aside from that, yeah, I'm running dry on stuff to talk about, so that's it
I
for
didn't
me.
have much either, to be honest. So no shame in that. Winter has set in, and seasonal depression is a bitch, as
Yep.
always.
Yep.
Yay.
So time to laze around and try not to be sad. Oh, and stay warm. That's important.
of like, yeah, I commiserate. I don't really like seasonal depression is never really a thing that's struck me. Currently I just get really stressed out about the taxes that I haven't done that I could have done for the past 6 months or so. So that's pretty much my experience with Christmas.
Have you not done those tax? January is tax season for us, or at least when it starts.
You can file a self-assessment tax return from April, when the financial year ends, to January, anywhere in that span of time for the previous year.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So yeah, it is now November, and I haven't done it. Every time it takes me approximately 2 hours or so to do it, after sorting and calculating all the things. But getting my stupid fucking brain to do it is a whole other ballgame.
It's rough.
Yeah. Oh well. It will happen towards the end of December like it does every fucking year. Stupid brain. Yeah, what else? I did do things. I did.
That's good. What'd you do?
I padding our time while things are loading. Still padding our time.
So you know what really grinds my gears?
Oh boy.
Season passes that don't tell you what's in them. Fuck you.
Yeah, there was a thing. Lego Star Wars did like a deluxe edition season pass, all that bollocks, and they just released DLC that doesn't come in any of that. So basically, that whole thing is completely worthless because they're not putting stuff in it.
Well, that sucks.
I didn't buy that, so I'm fine. But you know. Hey, Ian, remember how I said I have a stupid brain? I'm supposed to be looking up the things that I did this week, and I'm not. I'm looking at the dozen ads that Steam has decided to throw up. Oh, look, it's Harvestella, that stupid thing. Anyway. I played more Vampire Survivors because I didn't want to do anything about anything ever because I was miserable and sick. Yeah, that game didn't really get any better, but it is still a time waster. Where you can feel like you are doing something when you're not. Yeah. That is about all of the value that game has, and now I'm kind of done with it. Which is what I said last time, but I kind of mean it this time. Yeah.
Well, for real, mean it.
I mean, I haven't played it in like 5 days, so it's fine. You know.
It's a start.
Yeah. Persona 5 Royal got ported to the PC. That is a thing that happened.
I thought it already was. That's cool.
Yeah. It
came to
got
Switch
ported
as well.
With everything else, yeah. Yeah, to everything else. Weird foible about the PC release for that game. That is pretty much exclusive to the PC release as far as anyone can tell. I think it might maybe be on the Xbox Series whatever bollocks. Fucking hell, Xbox, get your shit together when it comes to names. But yeah, it has a wonderful feature where, you know, the all-out attacks that are like hype and look cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much on PC.
Oh.
You know how in anime, whenever there's bright lights on the screen, they dim the screen now? So,
oh, no.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Not during, like, for all-out attacks, they don't dim the screen, but they do put this ugly-ass, like, muddy red filter over the top of it, so you can't really see what's happening. That sort of fades away as, the attack comes to an end. So pretty much the only part you can actually see of the sequence is the portraits coming in, and then the character that started it doing their end screen. That is pretty much it. And the rest of it looks like ass. So, yeah, that's not ideal. It is a thing that I've gotten used to, I guess. It looks lame, but I've gotten used to it. I've had to get used to it because there is no way to turn it off.
Oh, great. Is
Yeah.
that not a game that modders have gotten to yet?
Modders have gotten to it, and there is, in fact, a mod that ostensibly gets rid of it, but it also has a tendency to crash the game whenever you try and do an all-out attack. So,
Oh, well, shit.
yeah, they're working on it, and hopefully they'll get that sorted before Atlas do, because they decided that everyone needs to use this accessibility feature that caters specifically to a fairly small subset of the population, and makes everyone else's experience slightly shittier. So cool. Like, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. It is important. Those warnings at the beginning of games and the beginning of videos and everything, where, hey, if you're epileptic, this could be a problem. Those are very important, and giving people the option to tone things down so that they can enjoy things without suffering any undue effects that no one really wants to fucking deal with. Not the company, not the people that suffer from it, and not the other people that don't suffer from it, but can and have had the things they like ruined because of these kind of problems not being addressed properly. Like, I get it. It's important to give them the option. It's important to give them the option. Is the sticking point. Like, I am well aware that the current trend is to have very tiny UI, so it's not obstructing the visual experience or whatever, and small subtitles and small text for everything, so you can get as much information on the screen as you want. I hate all of that. And because I can't fucking see it. That's the thing. I would like the option to make the UI bigger, to make text size bigger so I can read it, while also letting everyone else who likes it having small UI and text, I want them to have the experience that they want to have. I want to be able to enjoy that experience too. That's all I'm saying. Everyone to be able to enjoy the experience that they want for this sort of thing. And forcing everyone to cater to the most difficult problems that people suffer from, I get it. It's a problem. I have my own. I know it sucks. But like, this didn't need this. I don't know why they did it this way, is the thing. Because we have a version of the game that doesn't do that. So why is it not an option? Why is it not something you can turn on and off? Like, if it was on by default and it was an option to turn it off, fine. Like, reasonable. Like, err on the side of caution. But it's
it does
just
feel like
kind of
more
frustrating.
work to change it. Yeah.
Like, if they're going to do this, do it across the board as well. Like, it feels weird and arbitrary that it's only on PC and possibly Xbox, I don't know. Why not the Switch? Why not patch this into the PS5 version, PS4 version, PS3 version even? Like, that one probably matters a lot less, and maybe you could miss that one, but, you know, if it's a thing that they felt strongly enough to want to do, why didn't they do it for all of it? So, It was a hell of a rant for such a minor thing, but
I think it deserved it.
Accessibility is a thing that kind of matters to me for pretty obvious reasons. And yeah, options is the thing.
Forced accessibility is not a solution.
It makes people pissed off at the idea of accessibility being added into games. If you don't let people turn it off and on.
I hadn't thought about that before, but yeah. People are going to blame the easiest target, even if it's the wrong one.
That was a satisfying rant. It's such a small thing, but it really bothered me because it's the visual flair of that game is so important, and just see it mod, and it's frustrating. Oh well.
Yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, I played that for a while. I'm probably going to. It's gotten me back in the mood to do more Persona stuff, writing wise. Like, I've still got that one lapsed commission that is just sort of hanging there while I'm working on 2 others for this guy. It's like, it's right there. I want to write more of it, but if I was to add it to the Patreon poll, it just wouldn't win, and also is a little sketchy for Patreon. They wouldn't,
Is it porn?
I mean, yes. But
what story are you talking about?
The one
Persona 1 where Futaba controls things? Or wait, no.
I don't know what you're talking about there. But yeah, the one that was set after the royal story where another god has decided to take over the world via time travel of a sort and insert herself into history as a martyr for a free love movement.
Okay, I remember the story now.
Yeah. That was a fun one, and I would like to continue it, but that is a thing I will have to bring up with the commissioner that I have not spoken to in a couple of weeks because I've been sick.
I mean, I'd like to think most people understand of sickness, especially with it approaching winter. Hell, half my friends list is sick right now.
Ooh. Yeah, I went to pick up my blood pressure prescription because for some reason the pharmacy was not answering phone calls for like 3 days. So I was like, okay, fine. I guess I've got to go in person.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, half the time it was busy, and the other half it would just ring out. So I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, but they were doing like free flu jabs and COVID jabs, like just walk-in appointments for anyone that wanted them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, at this point, enough people have them already. They have kind of the staff, and I assume the stock. They just, hey, here it is. Take it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had 3, so I don't know. Maybe I should have had a. I don't know. At this point, I'm either immune or like not going to get sick enough to worry about it, or like I don't fucking know.
Yeah, the boosters, to my understanding, are more for the people who are in the risk zone. So, like your stepdad, I think.
Yeah, he's had boosters and boosters and boosters. Yeah. Not that they'll help all that much. But, yeah. So, that's pretty much... Did I do anything else? I tried a new gacha that is...
What's it called?
Several kinds of problematic when you take it on just the story conceit. It is called Path to Nowhere.
Okay, we're fine so far.
It is about superpowered crazy people
All right.
who are all pretty much to a one some level of criminal. And you run a prison for these people. And it's your job to shackle them to make them submit to your will to stop committing crimes. And also kind of become law enforcement of a type as well.
There's so many worrying things with this already.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great on on description.
What gender are these people, and what gender are you?
Either and both.
Oh, man. Equality? Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Largely, it's predominantly a female cast. They know
Well, yeah,
how their bread gets buttered, but yeah, like I say, you just say it out, and it sounds way worse than it actually is. It's not great in terms of like. Let's use the forbidden word. It's kind of problematic. But it's also handled in a way that's kind of interesting. Like, it's harsh and bleak as a setting, and the things that you do are harsh and bleak. But it doesn't... There is an option to be a decent human being who is trying to help all the fucking crazy people. Because they are all crazy.
At least there's that.
Every single character raises red flags like it's semaphore, so you know. But they put in the effort to not make it just, hey, here is a law enforcement bondage fetish game. Like, they put in the effort. The characters are characters that have backstories that are varyingly sympathetic, and you have to deal with them and their particular neuroses and negotiate your way around them. It's well written. It's got some good tragedy to it.
Well, fair enough. Props to him for putting in the effort.
Yeah, like I think I talked about it in the Gacha channel, and I said I basically gave you a very truncated version of the synopsis I gave you at the start of this, talking about this, and everyone was like, "Ooh," and Mint tried it, and he's like, "Oh, actually, this is kind of cool, and I don't hate any of the characters." Like,
what was it called again?
Path to Nowhere.
Path to Nowhere.
It is very Arknights. I will say that much. Mint was basically like, yeah, they ripped off Arknights in almost every way. But you know,
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? I've
I
never
mean, it's a
actually
good
played
game. So
Yeah, Arknights is good. I'm not a huge fan of the tower defense, but I did like the character design of Arknights.
yeah. So yeah, I'm having an amount of fun with it. More than I did with Alchemy Stars, which was the last big one of these that I tried. So
Yeah. I fell off Alchemy Stars, you know.
yeah.
It had a really fun concept, but I
The
feel
gameplay
like
was there. The story was not.
yeah, that was unfortunate. It just really fell off.
Like, oh no, we're in trouble. We need to go. Okay, let's go. Look, there's a place we can take shelter. Oh no, there's a place that the place we're taking shelter has trouble. Oh no, we gotta go. Okay, let's go to this other place. We can take shelter. Oh no, the place we're taking shelter has trouble too. We need to go. Literally every story beat.
Are you describing The Walking Dead?
Once you got in far enough it actually started having some like good stuff happening, but it also it takes too long to get going. And once it actually got going, I felt like it just kept throwing characters way too fast at me.
Yeah. Basically, every step of that story was, hey, you're in a new place. Let's take a rest for a bit. Oh no, the bad guys are here. Something explodes. Okay, we're leaving. Every time. Like, okay. Yeah, maybe wanted a little bit more of taking a breath and stopping to establish rather than just going from place to place, not really establishing what anything is or why you're doing anything, and just sort of running. So, yeah. So that's been pretty cool. That has been wasting more of my time when I'm supposed to be working on commissions. So that's cool.
Fair enough.
I'm getting back on track. I've got one that's almost finished, and I've got the Patreon to do tomorrow, and then I've got another one that I need to do, and will be easy to write once I actually... Now that I feel well enough to write it, and I'm not behind the 8-ball, as it were. Very big on metaphors today.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, is Patience still with us? Is he in auditory functionality and vocal functionality?
Well, you tell me.
Hey,
Kind of. Let's run with it.
I don't really have anything else to discuss aside from Film Rad.
Oh.
The only other thing that I can possibly bring up, am I still coming through?
Yeah.
The only other thing I can possibly bring up is a good Avatar The Last Airbender story that I came across the other day. I will go ahead and link it here. 1 second.
Yep.
It's called Absolute Trust. Currently on hiatus, but it's gone past the day of Black Sun first, so it's very far into the series. And it's very well written, not too unbalanced with the self-insert character. It keeps For Want of a Nail at acceptable levels and tweaks a couple of things in the story to make it more enjoyable. So I've just been enjoying this story a lot over the past couple of days. Zom has also enjoyed it. He stayed up all night binging it. And Hornet turned it down because because he's apparently not too fond of self-insert stories.
But yeah, fair.
Well, you know, they are all kind of samey and everything. Yeah.
That's quite the comment to make, considering everything.
Such
Oh, man,
wish
this
fulfillment
bites.
wankery is that fucking self-insert concept. Like, ugh, putting yourself into the story? Ew.
So, yeah, I'm in the middle of painstakingly crafting a TV Trips page for this story, trying to be quite thorough about it, and so yeah, it's not much else going on, pretty calm. Although, once this podcast is over, I am planning to head to my parents' house where my sister-in-law has made banana pudding.
Nice.
Oh, yo.
I like bananas.
Save some for me. I've been watching videos. You ever see these videos that are cursed healing animations?
No.
Hold on. This Commander Carl is the YouTube channel, does a series of videos titled Cursed Healing Animations. I'll post this in the chat for everybody else to take a look at. And just...
Oh, I think I know what this is. Yeah.
just funny.
Just
You got anything else?
doing weird shit to heal instead of
to heal,
like,
yeah.
I think I've seen someone post one of the kinky ones from another server. Just like electric clamps that disappear from the camera. Oh, there we go. That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's a thing that I have seen now.
This would normally be the part where I try to encroach on Casey doing the outro, but I don't have the name of all the patrons that we need to call out, so...
Yeah.
Well, I got it right over here. Just un momento, por favor.
Un momento?
Yes.
Are you speaking Franish? Frenish.
Franish.
Frenish. It's French Spanish. Or is it Franish? It could be Franish. It could be either way.
They are both romantic languages. Romantic as in they come from Roman roots.
I am suffering some difficulties right now. So, give me a second. Because I had to clear the cookies on my computer, which means I have to relog back in. And, yeah. So, doing that. I did a whole email change thing recently, so...
As an aside, I would like Patreon to stop asking me whether it can have cookies installed on my computer. Like, every single time. Every time.
Is that chocolate chip cookies or buffalo chicken cookies?
The worm kind.
Yeah. You with us, Zero?
Yep. Sorry. Second. I think I am trying to... Okay, now that's why I was having an issue. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to
read the patrons.
I really want to read the patrons, but it's asking me to sign up in the weird thing that I set up. So
We are too good at this. We're gonna get sued by Disney.
So, okay, there we go. Sign that in. You know, it ain't easy being green.
Patreon's orange.
I've been going back and looking at old memes recently.
Can you has cheeseburger?
Right.
Chocolate rain. Maya he, Maya
Maria.
Maya oh, Maya oh.
All right, there we go. And save. Okay, so now if I go here, I go here, go here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
This is still going.
Yes, I know. You want to know something? Try my best here. Just try my best. To click this and onto the. Okay, so basically what happened is I created a new email to work with the Patreon, and I cleared my cookies. So that meant that I had to go log back in on the email. So I tried to log back in, and then it's just like, well, hold on, you need a verification for your um, you need a verification thing from the email that you set up. And I went to the email and I couldn't remember the password to the email. Then I had to go reset the email, but I kept getting it the wrong thing. And then I realized I wasn't typing in the actual email, I was typing in a slightly different one. And I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. So, in other words, I'm trying my best.
Okay.
Thank you.
In fairness, that's a pain in the ass. On the other hand, imagine anyone trying to get at the stuff that has money involved while dealing with all of that crap with none of the relevant access or documentation. It feels a little better once you think of it that way.
So,
That's
thank
fair.
you to our patrons for this month, this past month, rather. Thank you to Ryu for that $5 donation. Thank you to Stellar House Thunderbird for your $5 donation. Thank you to Vale for your $10 donation. Thank you to Greek Guy for your $1 donation. Thank you to Ethan F for your $10 donation. Thank you to Barm BCM for your $1 donation. Thank you to the Crossbrain, as always, for your $10 donation. And thank you to Chopper37 for your $10 donation. You guys are awesome.
We appreciate you enough to listen to Zero just sort of fumble and increasingly freak out as he tries in vain to access the Patreon account, so we can say thank you.
Y'all know what it is? So I set it up with an email that wasn't my own email. I set up with a Fandom Flux podcast email.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
I made a new email specifically for it. And then I set up, I was trying to recover it. And I was typing in Fandom Flux, but not actually Fandom Flux podcast. And that was what screwed me up. It's like, what? I don't understand. So if you get a bunch of notifications, sorry.
Okay. Old memes.
That is what I had to deal with. Is trying to deal with that.
Man. Okay. Now I've thought about it and I can't unthink about it. Think about the last time that you had even heard of Chocolate Rain.
Pretty recently, because I saw someone singing it. But
wow.
Okay, you're kind of undermining my point a little bit, but that's cool. Now think about the last time you heard about Rickroll.
Constantly.
Yeah. Rick Astley is the most successful meme in history. Because not only did it touch basically everyone on the planet, it has lingered.
Yeah. It's just surviving. And in new ways too. People are still finding ways to rickroll people.
At this point, future historians, like 500, 1,000 years in the future, are going to think we put Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, on the same level as Beethoven's Fifth or something. Just from sheer ubiquity.
I mean, it is a classic among all classics. I would not fault them for making that error.
I mean, it's never going to let you down.
Why?
It's never going to run around.
I hate you.
To hurt you.
Are we done now? I got food to cook.
Sorry, we're never going to say goodbye.
I think we should
walk right into that.
but we can say so long. So, Discord link in the description, Patreon link in the description. I'm sorry.
Are you, though?
No,
Oh my
Zero should be
God.
sorry. He's the reason for
I
this.
didn't think
this
so.
fault.
All right. Well, later, y'all.
Yeah.
Until next time.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
So long. No, we never.